and so many places are there which probably many of us have not seen. And this is an airport which has been operationalized under the UDAN scheme. This is another example because, like I mentioned, the helicopter segment. And I think probably looking at this, one would think that it was somewhere in Switzerland or somewhere like that. But this is India. This is our own beautiful India. Almora, Munsiare in Uttarakhand. So this is the kind of places that have been connected now to the UDAN scheme. Now, this could not have been done without the involvement of, obviously, the people who will fly the planes, and this is our partners in this journey. As we speak, these are the airlines that operate under the UDAN scheme today and fly across the country, taking passengers from place to place. These are the airlines, and these are the aircraft. So if you look at the aircraft, again, a wonderful, I would say, mix. We have, like I mentioned earlier, the 3-seater aircraft, and then we have this large aircraft also flying. And we have helicopters of different types. And it's just amazing to see that the aviation sector, how it has benefited through the UDAN scheme in all these years. And to end it, sir, end of the day, why do we do this? This is for our passengers, the common person. And this is our live examples of those, our passengers who have flown and who have actually flown on the UDAN scheme, under the UDAN scheme, and who have benefited and shared their comments or their opinions with us. So further some more. So I think this, in a nutshell, is the UDAN scheme, which I think has journeyed over the last 8 years. And I believe that it has a long journey ahead of it yet. And today being the 8th anniversary, I take this opportunity also to congratulate the Ministry of Civil Aviation under the dynamic leadership of the Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation. And I'm sure under his leadership and directions, we will be able to reach much, much higher. The sky is the limit, and I'm sure we'll all journey together. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Shri Rao, for the crisp presentation on the concept, objectives, and achievements of the UDAN scheme. It is now time to hear from a key figure in the civil aviation sector. I'm pleased to invite on the dais Shri Wimlun Mang Walnam, Secretary, Ministry of Civil Aviation, to share his valuable insights. Let's give him a warm welcome on the dais.
Chief guest of today's function of celebrating 8 years of this wonderful UDAN scheme, Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation, Sri Kinjarapu Rammohan Naidu, the Joint Secretary handling this scheme, Mr. Au, all the dear friends, distinguished airline operators, and everyone involved, media friends, greetings on this happy occasion. And in fact, very briefly, I just wanted to mention, yesterday I had the chance to meet a person who had been district magistrate in Darbhanga district. Darbhanga, one of our very successful RCS points. So she was district magistrate of this Darbhanga district some years back. She is now a secretary in the government of India. And as we were discussing, she was really recounting how it's impossible for her to think how a place like Darbhanga now has regular flights connecting to different parts of the country. And we discussed, and it was a really happy discussion. I think it really reflects what this UDAN has achieved, where a place like Darbhanga today, we are very happy, has about 70 flights in a week, and 70 is no small number. I think a round of applause to everyone who has been involved. Having reached 8 years, we are looking forward. We would like to sustain it, in fact, expand it, and that would involve all of us to be putting our heads together. The financial viability of smaller aircraft we have been discussing. All of you are aware it is something which does not happen automatically. We'll have to look into that, how to make the points which are promising either from the tourism point of view or from the commercial point of view. We have to identify, prioritize, and see that this scheme, which has been moving on a very strong foundation. What I mean is it is not based on a budget-funded kind of scheme. It is really something which is standing on its own strength, which is something we are proud about. And to make that continue, to make that expand, I think if we all put our thoughts together, how do we operate the smaller airports which have very few flights, but which also incur expenditure unless we streamline the procedure. So these are things which we have been working on, and in the coming times, we hope very soon, under the leadership of the Honorable Minister, that we have a new UDAN 2.0 scheme which will show us the way forward. And once we do that, my last point is, while these connect mainly the smaller towns, Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, it is a very important foundation in our wider civil aviation family. They provide the passengers who then link up to the bigger towns and provide the passengers and the business for the bigger airlines to cover the bigger cities, the major cities, the metro cities. So it's a very important foundation of our civil aviation. It is something which will make the entire civil aviation of India stronger. Therefore, with that aspiration, with that understanding, and also a very happy thing is the aspiration which the people have realized, the elected leaders, whether it's the floor of the parliament or meeting the Honorable Minister, the aspiration to have connectivity in their respective locations, in different nooks and corners of the country, I think is something really exciting, something we would like to fulfill, and we will carry it forward under the guidance of our Honorable Minister. Thank you all and best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Vollam, for your enlightening words. Ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed, we'll have a brief recognition ceremony to honor the contributions of the key people involved in the successful organization of the second Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Civil Aviation held recently. I now request our Honorable Chief Guest, along with the esteemed dignitaries on the stage, to kindly present these certificates. It's time to now recognize and honor the timeless efforts of the people behind the scenes who made the event a grand success. We'll start with Satya Prakash Ram Tripathi, Under Secretary MOCA. And for next few minutes, we request you to kindly keep the applause going, and we request an energetic round of applause. Let's all thank them for their hard work, their tireless efforts. Neeraj Nara, Section Officer MOCA. Kindly keep the applause going. Neeraj Nara, Section Officer MOCA. Puneet S.O. MOCA. Anmol Khanna, Assistant Section Officer MOCA. Kindly keep the applause going, ladies and gentlemen. Shivam Kumar Bhardwaj, ASO MOCA. Many, thank you. Yogesh Chauhan, ASO MOCA. Yogesh Chauhan, to kindly proceed towards the stage. Vishwajit Kumar, ASO MOCA. Chandrasekhar Tiwari, Joint General Manager, BDAAI, Airports Authority of India. S. Yoga Bhama Jayaraman, Manager, BDAAI. Kumar Vaibhav Upadhyay, Manager, BDAAI. Sandeep Jha, Joint General Manager, RCSAAI. Sandeep Jha. Yogesh Soni, Manager, Finance AAI. Yogesh Soni. Yogesh Soni, yes. Kindly keep the applause going. Amit Mishra, Senior Manager, IT AAI. Ronak Sharma from FICCI. Thank you very much, dignitaries, for doing the honors. Once again, many congratulations to all the recipients and a heartfelt thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, up next is a special video that captures the essence of the UDAN scheme, showcasing its impact across India by connecting dreams to destinations. Please enjoy the presentation.
From the deserts of Rajasthan to the hills of Meghalaya, India connects like never before, reaching every corner, every shore. With UDAN, the skies open wide.
प्रगति पथ पर बड़ी चला, आशाओं को मिली उड़ान, भारत का कोना कोना जुड़ रहा, दिल्ली का नए भारत की नई उड़ान,
North, south, east, west. We can reach there through the wings of aviation. We are now everywhere. From Bodh Gaya to Tirupati, the Golden Temple to Goa's church. Air travel unites our diverse land, easing every search. Flyers in India soar high and true, connecting to the world, embracing the new.
That was indeed a powerful visual journey. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to celebrate the 8 glorious years of the UDAN scheme with a cake cutting ceremony. I request the esteemed dignitaries on stage to kindly proceed for the cake cutting ceremony, marking this joyful occasion for us. I also request Shri M. Suresh, Chairman, Airports Authority of India, to kindly join as well. Shri Piyush Srivastav, Senior Economic Advisor, MOCA, to kindly also join for the ceremony. Board members to also please join. Can we have a thunderous and a joyful round of applause as we celebrate the 8 glorious years of UDAN, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik, with a sweet celebration. Requesting the dignitaries to please come together for a group photograph. Thank you very much, dignitaries, for being part of this celebration. And now, it is my distinct honor to invite on the dais a visionary leader who's playing a pivotal role in advancing India's aviation sector. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Union Minister of Civil Aviation, Shri Rammohan Naidu Kinjarapu, to deliver his address.
Honorable Secretary Civil Aviation Walnamji, Joint Secretary handling the UDAN scheme Asangbaji, Chairman AI Sureshji, and all the respected dignitaries from the ministry, industry partners, my friends from the media and everyone here, a warm welcome once again to each and every one of you. We wanted to celebrate the success that civil aviation has achieved through 8 years of completing a revolutionary scheme under the Prime Minister's leadership, which is UDAN. So that is why we have invited all of you here. We feel that the success of UDAN is not just the success of this government or the success of the ministry, but the success of the entire nation. So very proudly and happily, I announce that we have completed 8 years of this successful running of the scheme, which is the RCS UDAN. I would say that this celebration that we are doing today is not just a celebration of a scheme, but the celebration of India's aspirations, the dreams of our people, and the tremendous progress that we have made in fulfilling the vision of bringing air travel to each and every person of this country. 10 years ago, if you look at the numbers that the Indian aviation sector has achieved today, it would have been unimaginable. It would have been an impossible task when you talk about the numbers that we have achieved today. But we have made it a reality, one, with the commitment of this government, two, with the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and three, one of the driving success for the Civil Aviation Ministry has been the UDAN scheme. And with 10 years of this, we have not just concentrated on the top 6 airports, which are the metropolitan city airports. We have also concentrated on the Tier 2 and Tier 3 city airports. And the number that I want to raise again is that in 2014, when the country had 74 airports, today it is a staggering number of 157 airports. And that is the vision and that is the commitment with which the Civil Aviation Ministry has progressed today. And everyone would know that the RCS UDAN has been a brainchild from the National Civil Aviation Policy in 2016. And we talk about the success today. I would also like to thank the predecessor ministers that have worked in the Ministry of Civil Aviation. In 2016, a senior member from my party, Telugu Desam, was handling Civil Aviation Ministry, Mr. Ashok Gajpati Raju Garu. Since his time, when Hardeep Singh Puri ji was there, and my predecessor Jyotiraditya Scindia ji also, so many ministers who have come after that, they have all worked towards the progress of Civil Aviation Ministry and especially keeping the UDAN scheme at the core of things. And that is why I feel that we have achieved the success that we are talking about today. And I must also highlight that the Honorable Prime Minister first made the RCS flight in 2017 from Shimla to Delhi. And since then, it has been a revolutionary success. And if I have to show you the figures today of RCS UDAN, we have run a total number of 601 RCS routes across the country. And we have made 84 routes operational just in the year 2024 alone. And we have brought in 86 new airports under the RCS scheme, 2 water aerodromes and 13 heliports, which have connected the length and breadth of this great nation of India. And more than 1 crore 44 lakh passengers. These are, I'm talking about new passengers, passengers from Tier 2 cities, passengers from lower backgrounds. The 1 crore 44 lakh passengers have benefited from the UDAN flights, and a total number of 284 UDAN flights have been operational since the beginning of this scheme. So I would like to say that UDAN has revolutionized the way we travel in India, and it has also made ease of flying a reality in this country. And when our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji launched this initiative, it was with the belief that aviation can no longer be for the elite or exclusive. He wanted it to be inclusive. He wanted the whole country, each and every citizen of this India, to aspire for air travel. He no longer wanted the Hawai Chappal wala to be traveling on the road. He thought Hawai Chappal se Hawai Jahaj tak safar jo hai ye is desh mein wo sapne ko sach sa karne ka kaam is sarkar ko karna chahiye aur wo karke humne aaj dikhaya. And through UDAN, we have done it by connecting remote regions where the possibility of having an airport or air travel was totally unimaginable. We have constructed airports there. We have brought the connectivity there. And now, students, farmers, local people, businessmen, small entrepreneurs, they are all connected not just to the major points in the India, but they are connected to the entire globe. And behind every flight that takes off from a UDAN airstrip, there is a story of complete transformation. I believe that UDAN is just not a medium of transporting people from one place to another, but it is about aspirations, opportunities, new growth potential that we are unlocking in this country. UDAN flight has brought new visitors, investors, and development opportunities, providing employment for thousands of youngsters who are aspiring to grow in this growing civil aviation industry. And the enhanced fiscal support in the form of viability gap funding and the instrumental development of unserved and underserved airports. These are the airports where less than 7 flights have been operating or no flights have been operating before the UDAN scheme. We have brought all of them under the UDAN scheme, and now all these airports have grown successfully over the last few years. And also it has led to the growth and birth of new regional airlines also. Fly Big, Fly 91, Star One, and also there is another one, India One Air. So many airlines. When you talk about the airlines, you're talking about the multinational ones, the bigger ones. But because of the UDAN scheme, when you have brought in more airports into the connectivity sector, now smaller airlines are also aspiring to thrive in the civil aviation industry, which is very, very financially sensitive. So that is another growth story that we want to showcase to this nation. And along with the companies that have started the airlines, a diversified fleet, which Asangbaji has also shown now, including helicopters, seaplanes, Airbus 320, 321, Boeing 737, ATR 72-seater, 42-seater, Twin Otter, Embraer 145. The sky has been the limit. Earlier, what used to be restricted to 2 or 3 or 4 kinds of planes, now we have expanded it to many other different forms of flight travel, and that is a stupendous success that we have, that we can display today. And UDAN has also boosted up demand for a greater aircraft inventory. And if you see the demand that we have for a country today, 800 planes are operating in the Indian airspace, in the Indian registered sector. Now we have orders up to 1200 to 1500 that are pending right now. So imagine those planes also coming in the next 10 years, what kind of growth India can foresee in the near future. And when I am interacting with travelers across the airports also, and they are so happy to share that earlier, what used to be a difficult task for them to go to the airport and catch a flight, now within a reach of 1 hour, within a reach of 2 hours, they have an airport near their place, no matter how remote it is, and they have good flight connectivity from there to the rest of the country. And the impact of UDAN on regional economies also, it has been substantial. When you connect a region with an airport, when you give the connectivity, you're not only connecting the people to other places, but you're giving them the benefit of air cargo. You're giving them the benefit of increasing their revenue, giving them the benefit of job growth, and also giving them the opportunity to increase the economic value of that whole place. So the whole stimulated growth and the whole activity that surrounds the airport has mutually benefited both the civil aviation sector and the regular sector. And one important sector that we have to mention is how tourism sector has developed with the coming of the UDAN scheme. And today I can proudly say that our regional airports are not just gateways to the skies, but growth engines that are transforming the faces of small towns in this country. The journey we have taken under UDAN shows that the future of Indian aviation not only lies in our metropolitan cities, but also in the regional towns and the rural areas of this country. UDAN has played a pivotal role in job creation. Not only has it created direct employment through the airports, construction of airports, airlines, allied services, other ground handling services, many other activities, but it has also brought in indirect investment in the hospitality sector, which is what I was talking about in the tourism sector also. UDAN is a major contributor in the tourism sector. UDAN 3.0 introduced tourism routes connecting several destinations, especially in the Northeast region. The tourism industry in the entire Northeast region is experiencing a notable increase due to introduction of Pasighat, which was the first airport in Arunachal Pradesh, and the Zero, Holangi and Teju airports also subsequently, which were built up in Arunachal Pradesh. Another major example is what our OLMG Secretary Sir has also mentioned, which is Darbhanga. Before 2020, Darbhanga had no airport at all. The thought that we can travel from Darbhanga on a plane was not at all there. But because of UDAN, we conceived the thought, We made it a reality. We have built the airport. Through RCS UDAN scheme, we have given the initial connectivity. Now, after 4 years, the airport is over capacity. It is saturated, which is why we are spending 1,550 crores again to build a new terminal there. And what we have initially provided for 2-flight connectivity in Darbhanga, now it has improved up to 70 flights. That is the potential that UDAN brings to any sector in this country today. And just like Darbhanga, we have many other places in the country which have developed and given that connectivity. And I must say that in the last 8 years, UDAN has catalyzed the aviation industry and totally revolutionized it in the country. And UDAN's biggest achievement is how it has turned the dream of flying into a reality. Now people are aspiring. People don't think twice when they want an airport or an air connectivity. And I have gone through one parliament session also as a minister. And when I've been meeting all the MPs, they were very excited to meet me also. And for one specific reason that is they want an airport in their region. They want more air connectivity in the region. So that is what I came to the statement. I made it on the floor of the House also, that for India, the new railways is airways today. With this, the demand that the airways is creating, that people are coming forward and aspiring for more airports and more international routes, more domestic routes to connect to their airports. And it is with this commitment that we are going to go forward. We are completely seeing how the UDAN scheme has revolutionized the civil aviation industry, and we want it to further move forward. That is why what was envisioned for 10 years under the UDAN scheme, we want to make it 20 years now. We are making progress and we want to